Welcome back. It is TVU's Most Wanted. I'm Jared. Spencer from Underoath is on the show today. Underoath, one of the many bands on the Cool Tour. And before we get into anything serious, I have to just comment on your shoes and how much I like them. I have to admit, I did not see you coming up in those shoes, but they look comfy.
I normally do not wear shoes like this, but they are so comfortable. I've been missing out, apparently. But, yeah, they're my running shoes.
You do a lot of running?
Try to.
Yeah?
Try to do a lot of running, but I get lazy, just like anyone else does.
So did you already go running today, or is that not on the agenda?
No, it's not on the agenda. The other day on stage, I kind of hurt my back a little bit because I'm old now. And
wait, you are making yourself sound like rather an old man. How did you hurt your back on stage, dude?
It just happens. I mean, if you've seen us live, we kind of move around like idiots.
Right.
And sometimes you'll just pull a muscle, and I happen to pull one in my back. So, and I was always told, depending on what shoes you're wearing, it helps or hurts your back.
That's very true. My grandma always told me to spend money on two things, shoes and mattresses.
Yeah, exactly.
Take care of your back.
So
it's smart.
Just being the nicest pair of shoes I have, I decided to start wearing them even though I kind of look goofy.
You know what? What's the normal Spencer shoes? When you wake up in the morning, you don't go for the Nikes. What do you go for?
I'm normally just a Chucks guy or some sort of boots.
Chucks
boots.
Definitely do not do justice to the back. Chucks are not supportive.
And I have combat boots and cowboy boots, and neither of those help out too much either. So
cowboy boots with a hurt back. That just sounds like torture.
It's not a good idea.
That sounds awful. Dude, so how's the Cool Tour been going, man?
It's fun, man. I think it's different for us to be playing in front of hopefully some different people, but yeah, we're having a good time. A lot of good friends on the tour.
Cool. Have you guys ever toured with As I Lay Dying before?
No, we've just done like shared stages on certain festivals and stuff, but
so the real question is, will you ever tour with As I Lay Dying again? Or do you hate them already and you're like, forget it, I never want to talk to these guys?
Especially Nick. He's the meanest dude ever. No, they're really cool dudes. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tour with a band like that because we're very similar in fans, I think, and size. So it's kind of like weird.
But you don't hate them enough that you wouldn't tour with them again.
No, we're doing this tour. We haven't had a record come out in 2 years, so it's like it makes sense to do a tour with a band more similar to you and your size at that point.
Gotcha.
But if our record was out, we probably wouldn't be able to do this tour because we'd be too much. I don't know, kind of.
Yeah.
We should do this. And we should, I don't know.
You hear that, fans? You're lucky. You're lucky. Underoath has an album they're going to be releasing soon, but they're right in that middle, and that works. So Spencer from Underoath hanging out on the show today. More is coming up. Don't go anywhere. The Cool Tour is out and about right now, and Underoath is on the Cool Tour. Spencer from Underoath hanging out with me on TVU's Most Wanted. So let's talk about the new album, man. Underoath's been in the studio. I want to know all about it. How's it been? Underoath's been going through some changes with Aaron being gone and stuff. How's it been for you guys in the studio?
It's been very exciting. We are 100% confident, I think, that this is our best record. And I don't know, we're very proud of it. It's different, I think, in a lot of ways, but it's kind of hard to explain. I mean, you have a new guy behind the drum set, which brings a whole new element to the table. I'm doing all the vocals. There's like one voice on the whole record. And to me, I think it makes it way more...
We're trying to talk about Underoath's album.
We're trying to
please.
talk up here.
Knock it off.
Come on.
He did that on purpose that time.
It makes it way more seamless in my mind, and I don't know. We're really excited to share it with people. Because understandable. I'm sure people have their doubts or whatever, but everyone that's heard it has agreed. Even actually, Aaron heard it yesterday.
Really?
He's in the studio where Tooth and Nail is, and they got our drives. And he called me yesterday just going, he was like, I can't believe, he was like, that's my favorite record Underoath has ever done.
Wow. That's saying something.
Yeah,
I mean, Aaron's like, hey, it's awesome. It's the best you've done. That's pretty good.
He was like, if I would have been a part of it, it wouldn't have been as good because I felt like it was something that needed to happen. Like, you needed to do everything. There needed to be a different direction. There's things that I wouldn't have done because he's not into the same kind of music as we are, per se.
Right.
And it caused certain roadblocks as far as, well, you want to venture down this direction, and if there's one guy going like, I don't feel comfortable with it, then you normally don't do it.
You got to compromise. And,
and you know, I still love the kid to death, but it opened up a lot of doors.
Cool.
And I think it, I don't know, it's a different record for sure, but I think it's, hopefully people will like it. We all are really proud of it.
I'm really excited to hear it, I'll be honest. And I know a lot of fans are very excited to hear what Underoath sounds like without Aaron. For you, going into the studio, knowing that Aaron's not kind of this co-lead vocalist, that's got to put a lot more on you doing vocals for the album. How was that in the studio?
I mean, I love it. I love pressure. I love being put under the gun. I love singing. I mean, I grew up singing. You know, like, it was a lot more fun for me. You know,
so it was more fun in the studio just for you to do everything.
A lot more, I mean, it was a lot more actual work as far as, like, even, like, there's a lot of songs on the last 2 records there's not very much singing on at all, so it would still be, like, a lot of work for me, but to not have, like, a single part of someone else doing it, it's just, like, it was cool to just be, like, I could do anything. Like, before, if we knew there was going to be a singing part here by the way the music was, you know, written, it was kind of like, well, I have to scream here, because if I sing here, and then some other voice comes in and sings, it's going to sound... It's going to sound weird. It's not, you know, and then, like, we're going to lose momentum. But now it's like, with this album, it was like, well, it doesn't have to be screaming here and then singing here and then this, that, and that. It's like, it can just switch wherever it wants to.
Right, because you're doing it.
Yeah, it could just be all one way, because there's not going to be as soon as I'm done or there's a break, there's, like, definite, like... Aaron is going to sing, and there's going to be singing there. So now it's just like, I could do whatever, which was really exciting, but at the same time, it was kind of like, I mean, there were songs I tracked, like, several different ways. Like, you know, just like, I can do whatever.
That's
like,
sweet.
And I just do, like, 6 or 7 of the things that I loved, and just let the band come in and hear it and be like, which one do you guys love the best? And they're like, that one. I was like, cool, all right.
That's pretty sweet,
you know,
man.
It was fun.
That's pretty cool. I'm excited to hear some new Underoath, and Spencer's on the show. We're going to be talking more about the album coming up. It is TVU's Most Wanted. The Cool Tour is out if you want to go check out where it's going to be. Link up at TVUlive.com. Underoath is on that tour, and Spencer from Underoath is on the show. So talk a little bit more about the album as far as drumming goes. Daniel Davidson now in the studio with you. So because when you lose Aaron, you don't just lose vocals, you lose drummer as well. So you got to find a replacement. How has that been?
It turned out way better than I could have imagined. When I joined the band, a lot of the reason that I loved it was the drumming. Like, just playing with lots of different bands and playing with Aaron I was like, dude, this is awesome. I feel it. It's like he plays the drums. And I think he's an amazing drummer. And then Daniel came in. We've known Daniel for years and years and years. I mean, back when we first started touring with Norma Jean, and he was still in the band. But he came in and just kind of blew my mind. He is so consistent and so good. He's got a different style a little bit, but...
Now, he doesn't do any of the vocal work, right? That's all you now. How does that work on stage? Are there any parts where you need backup vocals?
Before I wrote records for, you know, certain parts to have 2 people. And now, if I can't do it, Tim covers. If there's screaming, I'm the only one that can scream. So if there's screaming, overlapping singing, Tim's going to do the singing live. As far as the old songs go. But if they're not overlapping, I've been doing it all. But yeah, just on the record, it's just me. But I wrote it to not really be so overlapping.
So you could do it live.
Exactly.
Now, is Daniel? I know a lot of fans are wondering: is Daniel going to be the permanent replacement for Aaron? Is he just filling in the studio, just on tour with you guys? How's that look?
Wrote this record with us. He's one of our best friends. You know, it would be weird to be like, all right, see you later. We're gonna
Thanks for your services. See ya. That would be kind of weird, I guess.
We haven't made any official announcements or anything, but yeah, to me, it would be like kicking out anyone in the band. You know,
it just doesn't make sense at this point.
It would be kicking someone out. You know, like, he's great. We've known him as a friend for so long. He really contributed a lot to the writing of the record.
Because
drums change everything. Because when you're playing a riff and a drummer plays a certain way, it's going to lean the song to go this direction or that direction.
Right.
And a lot of his style is his style, and it changed everything that we were thinking. So
cool. Now, tell me a little bit about the new song that you guys are playing on tour. How have the fans liked it? How have you guys been playing it live? Which song is it that you guys are playing?
We're playing a song. We're playing the 5th song off the new record, I think. 4th or 5th song. But it's, I mean, our favorite song to play at this point, you know, because it's a new song. Kids, from what we've seen, have been loving it. Just
good.
a few comments we've seen online or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's a song that we've been, you know, like we wrote as these people, so it's probably the best song in the set in my mind. But it kind of gives you, the reason we picked that song is it gives you a taste of the record, because the record has really, really heavy elements, but then there's songs that are pretty much like all singing or just a different vibe. But this song has kind of a little bit of everything.
Sweet.
And it's still like, you know, fast and in your face. So we picked that one because it's got a really great chorus. It's got really heavy parts. It's got, you know, kind of has everything. It has auxiliary drums and cool keyboards. So we just thought that would be a good song to play live.
Awesome. So real quick before we let you go, when can we expect to hear some new music from Underoath?
Well,
online or released, or when?
Online, I'm sure a couple weeks before the record or a month before.
Okay.
We are currently spending every day having meetings with the label about trying to figure out when this record's going to come out.
Gotcha.
For any kids watching that are in a band on a label, you know what I'm talking about. It's very difficult to get everyone on the same page.
That's not an easy process, apparently.
Yeah, because it's just a time of year thing and all that, and how long can you wait before people are going to forget about you or give up, or, you know, like, so it's a tough thing. Like, we have the earliest we could possibly do it and the latest we could possibly do it.
So sometime in between then.
Sometime in between October and January or February.
Okay. So hopefully, like,
we're hoping October is what we want.
So
you heard it from me. We want it in October.
So between mid-fall and winterish, we can hear new Underoath. Sweet, dude. Well, as always, thanks so much for taking the time to hang out with me on the show today. Stevie U's Most Wanted.